take a look at everything that you consume. That means all your YouTube, all your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Netflix, everything that you watch, read, or listen to. Understand what it is and where it's coming from. Do these mediums, do these different sources cast votes unanimously to the person that you want to become between today, tomorrow, and for the next 10, 15 years? Do these things really bring you value, or are these things just filler? I see folks with 5,000 friends on Facebook, for example, or they follow thousands of different accounts, but I can never understand how they get value from any of the different accounts because there's just so many, and I know that not all of them post meaningful things. It's simply impossible. It'd be nice. And so I want to challenge you to really take a look and figure that out for yourself. The reason why I say that is because we consume so much content on a daily basis. It's important for us to really take a step back and figure out what it is that we want to take in and what it is that is bringing us joy and value. And so I want to provide you with this video a couple steps and a couple ideas just to start taking the steps to make your feed better. Unfriend or unfollow the people that do not bring value into your life. The reason why I say that is because we have so many friends and acquaintances that we've added on our Facebook and Instagram and so on that we don't really know them as an individual. So therefore we cannot engage with them meaningfully. So either find ways to start engaging with those people or simply cut them out from your life. Chances are they're probably not going to miss you, and you probably wouldn't miss them if you hadn't been talking to them in the first place. We see so many different pictures of our friends, or who we call friends, on Facebook and Instagram that it's not really worth our time. And if you have family members that you can't seem to really just flat out unfriend, or family members or friends that might behave the same way, my best bet to you is at least if you're on Facebook, you can just unfollow them and you can still be friends with them. So you can still have that avenue of communication, but you won't necessarily have to deal with whatever nonsense they decide to post. I find that would be very helpful to some people just because they're bombarded with whatever family drama they might have, and so being able to just kind of step back and skip some of that drama might be better for not only their mental health but just also some of their relationships, so that way they're not seeing friends and family with these preconceived notions about their personalities and so on. If you have people that you follow, such as celebrities and personalities, it's important to really figure out who is giving you, meaningful content. Are you following people that are just fishing for those likes and subscribes, trying to figure out, how they're going to make their next check, how are they going to maximize how they want to feed themselves? Or are you looking for people that are actually going to, provide value and really try and curate something for you to help you improve your own life situation? Figuring out who's going to do what is very important, because you only want to follow the genuine people. You don't want to follow people that put on a show for Instagram and YouTube only to flip a switch and be this nasty, cold person. You want to find someone that has a level of authenticity that is going to really add value to your own life. The last thing I want to say on this point is that choosing the people and groups that you follow on all your platforms, whether it be for news or for just for entertainment, you want these people to cast votes for the person that you want to become. It's a lot like choosing your friends in real life. In real life, they said that if you choose really good friends, you'll be a good person. And if you choose really crappy friends or friends that are underachievers, you yourself will become an underachiever as well. So curating your real life friends and curating your social media feed are not that different for this reason. The second point that I want to make is actually going to be quite personal and unique to each one of us. And it's this: diversify your feed. When I say diversified, I mean really getting into how you consume different things for whatever it is that you like. So someone that might be very much into watching videos all day, I would recommend to them is to actually, give something a listen. Listen to a podcast about something. Or better yet, if you can, just listen to an audio version of whatever it is that you watch. There are certain people with video talk shows that release their information and content as a podcast. And you can take a podcast anywhere and then use that podcast to help you, work on something else. I listen to podcasts at work every single day of a number of different topics, between politics, self-help, and video games, and other things. So having that diversity available to you not only lets you consume things at a moment's notice, but also really gives you a different perspective. The way you internalize something from listening is very different from the way you internalize something by watching, which is very different from internalizing something by reading. And, just speaking on reading, I haven't read a book in probably like 10 years or so, from cover to cover. And I started reading late last year, and it was probably one of the best decisions that I could have made, simply because I was able to get into a level of content that I wouldn't have been able to get into otherwise. And so by getting back into reading and really getting into enjoying that process has helped me tremendously. Supplementing that with the podcasts and videos that I watch, I really feel comfortable with what I've been consuming for the last few months and setting the tone for what I want to consume for the next year, 2 years, and so on. However long this content creation world that we live in continues for. And so I challenge you to do the same. I challenge you to really sort of branch out and see what it is that you don't consume, whether it be through audio, video, or just reading format, and really decide, hey, maybe I'll give this a try. Maybe I'll read something for a week versus watching videos all the time. Maybe instead of going to find this one video, I will instead go find a book, or go find a podcast to listen to instead. So there's several different ways that you can get into it, and so I encourage you to really try and get into that, because also you get into this phenomena of language and dialect and intonation that you might have missed otherwise, and the way you interpret certain things might be different between each medium. It could be the exact same message, but everything will be so different because you have a video that could be highly stimulative versus text that is very much you creating your own interpretation around it. The third and final point that I want to make is placing value on how you engage with media. And so this is going to take some mindfulness. This means that you can't sit there and watch videos that will be pulling up an autoplay on YouTube or simply scrolling mindlessly through your feeds all the time. This is going to take you, setting some discipline boundaries for yourself. And so one thing that I could recommend for you is to set time limits. I set a 15-minute time limit on Instagram and bar myself from checking Facebook for most periods of time to only on my desktop computer. So I rarely check Facebook during the day on my phone anymore, and quite frankly, it's helped me enjoy my days more often. I spend a lot more time being present in the moment versus, being so quick to check Facebook for the sake of checking it because I need to know what happened next or what has happened. When, mind you, nothing on Facebook or social media in general happens in real time unless you're watching a live video. Everything you're looking for is something that might happen, and everything that has happened has already happened, and it's nothing that you would need to be keeping up with because you're already late to the party. Let's put it like that. When you set boundaries for how you engage with media, you will thank yourself later, because then all of a sudden you will find that you have more time to do other things. So that'll be time for you to try a new hobby, or time for you to try perhaps going to the gym. Whatever it is that you want to do that you've been putting off, now you have this time to do it. We all have the same amount of hours in the day, but some of us choose to spend those hours working nonstop, while others of us choose those hours to consume shallow content for hours and hours. And so that's that. That's how I recommend curating your feed. Between the diversification, choosing who you want to follow, and then placing value on how you engage with that stuff, you should be good to go and in a pretty good place to start making your feed a better place to be. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in this sort of vacuum of things that just don't make any sense and mean nothing to you. I think that you will find yourself happier, and I think you will find yourself more fulfilling and understanding of what you want out of social media and whether or not you want to keep using it. It's plain and simple. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.